Before the doom, when knights stood mighty and proud, there passed a sword of legend, only to the most gallant. It was meant to protect, to unite. But after the cataclysm, all was lost. In the chaos, the sword fell to me, a lone warden. I would wield it true, to aid those in need. As for the rest, the desperate few, those who would pillage and despoil, I would fight.
Hello everybody, Raven Knight here. And guys, it's finally happening. We are entering year 8 of For Honor with the very first season, The Sword of Ashfeld. And today I got to sit down and watch the Warriors Den live with a whole lot of you just to hear about what this season's going to have and all we can look forward to. It was one of the best Warriors Dens I've ever seen. I had such a good time watching it. And to all of you who came to watch it with me, thank you so much for making it such an enjoyable stream. We had a great turnout. We had a lot of fun. I was geeking out most of the time. I apologize for that, but you know me guys, I get real passionate and that's part of my charm, I guess. But there are a lot of you who didn't get to watch the Warriors Den, or you had to leave early, or you had other obligations, or you just didn't want to sit through a 3-hour long video. And you know what? I totally get it. But that's what we're here to talk about today. I am here to tell you everything that they said in the Warriors Den, so in a very quick and concise way, so that you guys can pretty much get a general idea of what is coming in Season 1 of Year 8, The Sword of Ashfeld. So let's start by talking about the whole backdrop of the season. What is going on in the season? All right, so we're leaving the main story mode of For Honor. We're leaving the general narrative right now with the Horkos and Chimera stuff, and we're going back in time. Think back to the year 2016, where you saw one of the first trailers for Honor. You saw a cataclysm, a huge series of natural disasters that turned the world upside down, and then you see a lone Viking and samurai and knight fighting over a small puddle of water just to survive, and then you see time pass by gradually as they continue to fight. Their technology, weapons, ways of fighting, it all changes and evolves, and then Apollyon gets involved, all that fun stuff. Well, don't go that far. Stick to the part where they just appear to fight over that spring of water, right? That's where we're at. We are post-Cataclysm. In fact, I want you to think about a very specific character in that. Remember the knight, the female warden who dropped down to join into the fight? She is the primary focus of this whole story. That's right. She is not only the primary focus, she is our new hero skin. The whole setup is phenomenal. The lore looks really interesting. Essentially, from what I heard, the setup is that before the Cataclysm, when the Knights had a huge expansive empire, there were wardens who would pass down this one sacred legendary sword, which was supposed to embody all the characteristics of the Knight's chivalry and their code to protect the weak and the innocent and to uphold what was holy. And now during the Cataclysm, with so many of the Knights gone, the sword has passed to this woman, the unsung warden. And now it is her duty, despite all the horrors that she's seen, to continue to protect the weak, protect the innocent, and to fight off the invaders. And so that's why she went to the spring, to fight back against the invaders in Ashfeld who were coming to take what was theirs. She's there to protect them. And people have been making fun of her because on this age right now, after everything that's happened, it's all about might makes right and everyone for themselves. What are you doing helping the innocent, helping the weak? You have no business doing that, but she's going to fight anyway. And guys, I love it. Let me be real. I love the fact that we're finally getting a season where the Knights are actually the good guys. We're finally getting a season where we're getting to see actually some really cool stuff for the Knights. Watching the trailer, okay, let me gush a little bit. The trailer alone was excellent, absolutely beautiful. Check out the trailer, watch it, listen to it. The music, the visuals, all of it was just amazing. I teared up a little. I was so moved by it. And the real reason why is because of the primary goal of this season. When it comes to this season, the name of the game is nostalgia. What they really want to do this season is bring back the nostalgic roots of For Honor, the things we remember from the early days of For Honor. Not just in terms of who the Warden is, but some of the other stuff they've done. Like the music theme for this season is the Knight theme from the original OST, but they've updated it to be more epic and orchestral and bombastic, and I love it. They've brought back the original Minion characters, not the new ones that they made, but the original ones, which I actually kind of like. They brought back the black background for the menu and battle readiness screen, which, while some would say is lazy, I actually missed. I kind of like that simplicity aspect. So I really, really like it so much that this screams of nostalgia. It feels so good to look at. I was just going, man, when I think back to when For Honor first started, this is the kind of stuff I remember, and it was so nice getting that blast from the past. It really did remind me and felt like those early days when I first picked up the game in its heyday and just said, I want to have fun with this amazing, amazing game. It just felt great. It really, really did. But there's far more to talk about than just that. There were a lot of big announcements, a couple of which I really want to talk about now. For one thing, reputation has changed. Remember how you could max out at rep 70? Now it's rep 80. You can now max up to rep 80. So all of you out there who have maxed out your characters to rep 70, you still got more to grind, guys. You got a little higher to go. So max out your characters to rep 80. It's going to be a blast. That was something that I really wanted to get out there because it's like, that's kind of crazy. As someone who hasn't even gotten a character up to rep 70 yet, that's pretty awesome. I'm very excited to see people really start grinding to get their characters up to rep 80. That is pretty stinking cool. Now, along with all this nostalgic stuff and new additions, there's something else that's coming that we need to talk about. The Battle Pass changes. Now, one thing that they're adding now that I think is really cool is they're adding what's called a legacy battle pass. Now, what is this? Essentially, they're going to have a seasonal battle pass, and while we're on that subject, I'll just say the weapons and cosmetics for this new seasonal battle pass are awesome. Every single one of them was good. This is one of the few moments where I will say, yes, it is worth getting the battle pass. It is 100% worth buying the battle pass. I think all the weapons are spot on awesome. But along with this battle pass comes a legacy battle pass, which is one of the old battle passes from another season in the past. In this case, year 4, season 1, which would be the Wyverndale Dragon season. Now, why are they doing this? Well, there are plenty of people who either joined the game late, or they couldn't finish the battle pass for whatever reason, and they may want the cosmetics. So what they're doing is they're bringing back this battle pass so that not only can people who didn't get the game at this point get the cosmetics from that battle pass, but they also can get them for new characters, because some characters weren't around during that legacy battle pass. So, for example, Varangian Guard wasn't around in year 4, season 1, so the cosmetics that all characters got from that, Varangian doesn't have. Don't worry, Varangian will now be able to get them from the battle pass. Now, some of you may be saying, now hold on, do I have to rebuy it? No, you don't. If you've already bought it, then it will already be considered bought by you when it comes back. Now hold on, I worked my way up to level 51 in that battle pass. Will I have to start all the way over? No, you will not. It will pick up as if you just picked up from 50 right then and there. Okay, well, another question, Raven. If I play a match and I get battle points, do I have to pick where it goes? Do I have to decide whether I want the legacy or the original? Nope. It will all go together consecutively. So it will raise your normal seasonal battle pass and the legacy battle pass. So both will go up with each other, and I think that's an excellent change. So you'll be getting a limited time event battle pass, a seasonal battle pass, and a legacy battle pass. All of that starts March 14th. It's going to be awesome. I think that's an excellent change. It's actually smart. I wish more live service games did this. I think it's a great way to allow new players to get old cosmetics so that they feel like they're getting the fun cosmetic updates that they really want. It allows people who had to leave the game or couldn't finish for whatever reason the chance to come back and get them again. And I just think it's a really smart idea, and I think it's very helpful for the community. And I'm glad that they're doing it. I really, really am. Now, moving on to the next order of business, brand new game mode. Launching on March 14th, we have the new Last Hero Standing event. Let me explain this event to you. Not only is it a brand new style of game mode, which is 1v1v1 free-for-all, yes, 3 people fighting against each other, they also gave it its own original map. They're not just throwing this on in the middle of Belvedere or in the Temple Garden or something like that. No, this is a map called the Canyon, and it's been designed to look exactly like the scene where the Warden, Viking, and Samurai fought for the first time in that trailer. It looks beautiful, and they talked at length about how much work they went into designing this map and making it look good, and I've got to say, it looks fantastic. Guys, Ubisoft, if you're watching this, Brian, if you're watching this, any of you, JC, any of you out there, if you're watching this, hear me when I say this, and I speak for the majority of the community here. Keep this game mode. I really do think that that's what's going on here. They've released this game mode in this way because I think they want to test the waters with it and see if this goes over well, could we potentially do more stuff with this concept of a free-for-all kind of fight? Please, please no. I want this game mode to stay. I want to keep playing this game mode. It looks amazing. I can't wait to keep playing it. I know it's only limited time. It's only supposed to last for, what, the rest of Title Update 1? Please don't get rid of it. I love this game mode and the way it looks. You basically drop in with 2 other players and you're all just fighting amongst each other. It's nothing more complicated than that, and the first one to get 3 wins wins. Gosh, it looks fun. It looks like a great time. And then the map. Okay, you know what? Even if you don't keep the game mode, can we keep the map? I mean, everyone's been begging for more maps anyway, and this map looks great. You talked at length in the trailer, in the video, about how, oh, we spent so much time and energy working on this map. Please keep it. It looks amazing. Keep it as a duel or a brawl map. Even if you do not keep the game mode, keep the map. At the very, very least, please. It looks too good. Make the tweaks you need. It's just too good to get rid of. This is such a win. This is a top tier win. Keep it all. I love this game mode and the way it looks. It's such a cool callback to that original trailer. Please keep it. Okay, all right, I'll stop gushing about that. I will calm down now, I promise. All right, so what else is coming? We've also got obviously I told you about the new Warden hero skin, which looks baller, by the way. I just want to say that the style of the outfit and the overall look of this Warden look great. I don't like that she's not named. She's just called the Unsung Warden. I'm hoping that when her lore is dropped on March 14th, we'll get her name, but right now she doesn't have a name. A lot of people have said that she is just more mature Ruth, like Ruth in her late 30s, early 40s. You know what? Until she gets a name, she's Ruth. Okay, until she gets an official name, she's Ruth. All right, let's do a petition. Unsung Warden is Ruth. Can we get that in a hashtag? Unsung Ruth. How about that? I'm joking around. But anyway, moving on from that, let's talk about what's coming in this title update in terms of patch notes and testing grounds. Let's start with the patch notes. So 2 characters are getting fixed up in the patch notes: Peacekeeper and Medjai. Now, some of you are saying, what about Highlander? Highlander's coming later, apparently. He's apparently a more complicated character than they expected, but for all I care, they can do whatever they want with Highlander. I'm not a big fan of him in the first place. But let's talk about PK and Medjai. PK's getting some minor buffs here. So PK has gotten a little bit faster with her dagger cancellation ability, basically her ability to soft feint from a heavy into a dagger strike. It's going to be a little bit faster, and the parry timing is a little bit faster too. So it's going to be a little bit harder to counter that. She now has better external hit capabilities with her side heavies, so that if someone gets in too close, it's more likely that they're going to take a hit. Her deflect attack, you normally have to hit the heavy to make it work. Now you have to hit the light, which I think is the only problem, because muscle memory is going to play a part in this. When you do a dodge heavy with PK, is sometimes you get lucky and accidentally get a deflect, and since you're hitting the heavy button anyway, you'll do the deflect, right? You'll do the deflect attack. But they said that since all of Peacekeeper's bleeding attacks are done with the dagger, and that is a light attack weapon, they wanted to change it to light attack. And I'm going, okay, I get it, that makes sense, but I don't like it, because I like those accidental deflects, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. That's just personal for me, though. That's just personal. But overall, I think that those changes are already good. And also the other big change is the triple stab that she can get on a guard break no longer is time-based. Usually it's based on your timing of the hit. Now it's just based on hitting it 3 times, which I think is better and makes it a little bit easier for use. So PK getting some pretty decent buffs. They did not add the bash that they were going to give her. They just didn't think it was worth it. And then Medjai. So Medjai's changes are actually really good. Medjai is getting a new attack called Nomad Swing or Nomad Sweep. Basically, if you perform a zone attack after any non-finisher, then it will automatically do 12 damage and will swap you into the opposite stance of what you currently have. So if you do it from axe stance, you will switch to staff stance and vice versa. This way, Medjai can very easily alternate stance very quickly and flow a lot better. Medjai is also getting a nerf to his staff stance, where the hyper armor has been removed on all lights and light finishers that he can do in staff stance, and his axe stance is getting a buff by making all light finishers from his axe stance undodgeable, and adding a little bit more forward momentum to them as well, so that it's not as easy to just evade them by just simply walking backwards, you know what I'm saying? So I think that what they've done with Medjai and PK are actually really good and healthy for the characters. It makes them stronger, but also doesn't make them super OP that you can't deal with them. So I think that these are good changes, and they are going live. Now they have dropped hints that Highlander will be coming with a new update or testing ground next title update. We'll talk about that in a minute, but that is what we know as far as that is concerned. Furthermore, on the first title update, we also have information to suggest that we will be getting 3 more Hero Fests, one on April 4th, one on April 11th, and one on April 18th. We also got news that there will be an April Fool's event. I don't know what they're going to do, but they did mention that that was coming. And finally, on April 11th, we will be getting the throwback event, Rite of the Champions, which was the big event where we had the mask effects, which were the Gorgon effect for the Knights, the Boar effect for the Vikings, and the Crane effect for the Samurai. So if you remember anything about that, I think it was a Year 2 event game mode. They are bringing that back, so that should be something interesting to see. They're also adding some interesting stuff for all the characters that have come out recently. For example, some of their signatures and stuff like that are getting some stuff added, as well as some new executions. One really cool one that we see in the trailer, where we see Griffin catch a spear out of midair and impale with it. There's a lot of really cool stuff coming, and I'm very, very excited for Title Update 1. It all looks great, and like I said, the new hero skin, the new game mode, the Rep 80 increase, the changes coming to Peacekeeper and Medjai. So now I guess the real question is, so what's Testing Grounds going to do? If they've done all this with these heroes, what's new for Testing Grounds? Well, there is a Testing Ground change coming, but it's not for a specific hero. The Testing Ground change coming has to do with anti-ganking. What they've basically done is they've tried to make it easier for a person who is being ganked to potentially get access to a way out, to escape or evade or get revenge quicker. Essentially, they've changed it so that it is harder for them to pin and then punish in a gank. They don't want to get rid of ganking altogether, but they want to make it so that gankers can't just button mash to get what they want. They have to be precise. Otherwise, when the person they're attacking gets pinned, they will still get access to a chance to get away or to escape or get or lessen the damage that they're taking, but still get revenge topped off. So I think it's a good change. I'm interested to see how it works. And honestly, you're probably saying, Raven, I didn't understand a word of what you just said, which is fine. I didn't fully understand a word of what I just said. But there are people out there who are way smarter and way more knowledgeable about the mechanics than I am. So definitely go listen to them. I'm sure they'll be able to explain it in a better way than I can. But I am interested to see how they do it. It looks like a lot of fun and something that I'm going to definitely try out. I don't normally try out the Testing Ground stuff, but I will probably try this out. So now some of you are wondering, okay, Raven, that's Title Update 1. What can we expect in Title Update 2? Well, obviously they'll do a Warriors Den before Title Update 2, but I'll tell you about what we know. The new hero skin, they were getting a second night hero skin, comes out on April 25th, so that is going to be when that hero skin releases. The Cathedral converted map also comes then. Now you're probably thinking, what does that have to do with anything? They've announced that this season, in Title Update 2, they are turning the Cathedral map into a Dominion map. And when they talked about it, I was so stoked. They actually said some stuff I never knew. They explained that when they were creating maps that were not Dominion related, they consider them wasteland maps. Maps where they're just kind of out in the boonies or out in the far off regions of Heathmore that don't have any major important territories worth fighting over. So that's why there are no Dominion matches there, because it's not worth a huge army coming to take. So trying to turn this wasteland map into a Dominion map meant updating it in a way to make it look worth taking. They've removed a lot of the stuff that made it more ambient and pretty, like butterflies flying around or birds chirping. They removed all that and have now remade it so that it now has the sounds of battle battle, brings in catapults. It makes it bigger, bombastic, and more worth a battlefield kind of fight. And I think that was actually a clever idea. I'm very excited to see how they've changed Cathedral map. It's going to be awesome. Get new armor variations next title update. I'm excited to see those. We get a throwback event, which they didn't say what it was, but we will get one. And then Hero Fest on March 16th, March 30th, and June 6th. So I am very excited to see what they do there. Overall, this season is shaping up to be a banger. From the music to the cosmetics to the hero skin to the game mode, it is all looking fantastic. Guys, I'm going to say this. This is probably the best Warriors Den we've gotten in a long time. Just so much fun. The music was on fire. The hero skin looks great. The lore actually sounds engaging. The limited time event game mode looks like not only something I'd enjoy playing, but something I'd like to see kept permanently. The weapon sets that they brought in look absolutely incredible. The patch notes were good. The testing ground sounds incredible. The battle passes and legacy battle passes look great. I'm so excited to see those come back. Guys, For Honor is making a comeback. I really do feel it. I do feel like the For Honor is making a comeback, and I'm so excited. But what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comment section below what you think. What are you most looking forward to? Are you looking forward to getting this new Warden hero skin? Are you gonna name it Ruth like me, or is this Ruth now? Brian, guys, if you're watching, name her Ruth for me. Come on, do a little like favor for your Raven, right? Are you guys excited for the new game mode? Are you excited for that 1v1v1? That sounds awesome. I can't wait for the free for all. Are you excited for the legacy battle passes? Did you miss a legacy battle pass that you want to go back and get? Are you excited for that? I'm excited for that. That's going to be great. Are you excited for the patch notes and changes to Peacekeeper and Magi? Are you excited for the testing ground updates? Let me know in the comments what you're most excited about, and let me know if you think that this bodes well for Honor like I do. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. To those of you who came to the Warriors Den video with me, thank you for watching along with me. And for those who couldn't, I hope this was informative. Guys, subscribe if you haven't already. Please continue to support the channel. Love you guys so much. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Take care.